Get up in the morning, turn the shower on. Get complete in the morning, yeah, the hot water is gone. Freezing, sneezing, you wanna dry your back. You ever get one of them days when there's no towel on the rack?
Yeah, rack.
Yeah, you ever get one? Ever get one of them? Girls. One of them girls who's awful nice but cold as ice. You ever get one of them girls? You ever get one of them girls?
Yeah. Girls.
You're at a drive-in movie with a cute brunette.
Yeah.
Counting on the kisses that you figure to get. Closer, then she hollers no.
Oh.
You ever get one of them girls who just wants to watch the show?
Yeah. Show.
Yeah. You ever get one? Ever get one of them? Days. You ever get one of them days, boy? You ever get one of them days when nothing is right from morning to night? You ever get one of them days, boy? You ever get one of them days?
Yeah.
You're on a Sunday picnic and then it starts to pour. You run through poison ivy, scratching till you were sore. Ants come dancing, carry out the bread. You ever get one of them days when you should have stayed in bed?
Yeah.
You ever get one? Ever get one of them?
Right, folks. Good afternoon, wonderful family. Before we go any further, thank you so much for being here today on this special occasion for a dear friend, here from Mr. Leonard Jeffrey Loubser. My name is Ian Murch, and they've asked me to be the MC today. To me, his name was never Jeffrey, his name is Guff. I met him in 1961 through a friend of mine at school, Richard Yardley. And Richard Yardley played in a rock and roll band with Keith Loubser, who's here with us today. Keith, of course, is Jeff's older brother. And he said, well, Jeff, he's very keen on playing music, and so was I. And he caught the bus down here. He used to live in Umbrella. I lived at Addington. And lived in a block of flats called St. Sable and Hospital Road. And Jeff came down, and we took a walk down to South Pier. He's wearing a pair of Jarmans. Now, no one actually knows the shoe Jarmans. They're leather-soled shoes. Now, South Pier in its day, there was no sandbar out that side. The waves used to come crashing over that pier. Anyway, we never walked to the end of South Pier. The whaling station was there, the whales were there, we had a look at that lot, and then we decided to walk to the end of South Pier. And Gov, I'm not joking, skated virtually along there because it was all concrete, it was something else. Anyway, we landed up, he played guitar, I played guitar, then I went to a bass guitar. We started off, by the way, I'm in the entertainment business, and it all started with Guff Loubser, and I'm, as I say, Ian Merchant. That's where it all began, and the memories are indelible. Friends here today, Robbie Lang's with us, also played in the band with Robbie. Of course, Keith sitting in front. Family members, old mates here today. I haven't seen in many, many years. You're going to have quite a few people who can say this and that and wish somebody else. I'm sorry you didn't all get on the boat. It was very touching. And right now, I'd like to welcome Jeffrey's eldest son, Andrew, to say his good afternoons and thank yous. Andrew.
How's it, guys? Thanks all for coming. I'm going to leave the memories to Spider. I think he'll feel better with them. Probably more, actually longer than I did. I think I'll start with the family stuff first and then go to friends. This is from my mom. It's just a message she sent to him. You were sick and tired and we all knew that God would come soon to take you. You fought so hard, so very long, but through the pain you stayed strong. We all knew that there would come a day when God would come to carry you away. Doesn't make it easier to say goodbye, but we try so hard not to cry. We can't but help feel defeated, or a little cheated, but how very selfish we would be to hope and pray that you would stay with us. So as you laid there, we told you it's okay to go. Say hi to the loved ones waiting. We'll know someday you'll be there when we take that ride. It's from Vicky and the family. Sure, from me. What's to say about Jeff that you all didn't already know? I mean, he was an unbelievable man. When it comes down to it, he's probably one of the best men I've ever known. I've tried to be more like him every day. Sure, it's hard though. But I'm going off script all in a second. Right. He was loved by everyone. I mean, I don't think I knew anyone that didn't meet him and didn't instantly click with him. It's just, it's weird. I don't think it's a Loubser thing. I think it was more of a Jeff Loubser thing. Because a lot of people don't like me when they meet me, but that's life. He would always offer to make a plan. If you were in need of help, he'd always be the first one there. No worries, he'd drive you wherever, do whatever. That's the kind of person he was, and that's what we salute. He was a joke box as well. I mean, I've never heard so many jokes come out of a person ever. I couldn't even remember two of them, let alone let him roll them out all day and just, please Dad, can you stop now, because you're embarrassing us. We ended up this is off script too, we ended up in Loubser on the trip we took to the Cape, and there was a young black barman that was serving us, and we started getting a little bit pinted, and he started adapting all of his barman jokes to adapt the racial part to it, and it was just, the staff were in stitches, the barman was in stitches, and at the end of the day, I got so drunk that I couldn't remember eating 2 dinners that night until he told me the next morning. But that was the last trip I had with my dad, and I remembered it well. He wasn't a religious man, and his specific instructions were no wake, or just to have a wake, and no funeral. I'm so much happier with that, because if this was a funeral, then that would make Ian, my dad's best friend and old mate, the minister, and that's just too much of a scary thought to think about right now. Lastly, he was a really hard-working man, a man that with some serious help from my mum Vicky brought up 3 strongly independent boys, who in turn gave me 6 beautiful granddaughters. Yep, no grandsons apart from Sue's young man Carl. Not that he was disappointed about all the girls, but he used to give us stick all the time, saying, and I'll quote, you've probably heard this before, any fool can knock a hole in a tin can, but it takes a real man to weld in a spout. As most of you know, and those who don't, just one look at the pictures on the back of the memorial booklet and you'll see, and the splitting image of my dad, just remember, he's here with us always, forever. This is from Darren, my second youngest bud in Australia. G'day to all of you, friends and family, Jeff, thanks for coming to celebrate his life. This is a little speech from Bob Marley that he copied out. The winds that sometimes take something we love are the same ones that bring us something we learn to love. Therefore, we should not cry about something that was taken from us, but rather love what has been given, because what is ours is never really gone. Darren's sorry he couldn't be here, as is Raymond, but they're glad they got to see him a couple of months ago. And I'm sure, well, having a couple of beers with all of you guys, I'll remember the good times and trust you guys and ladies will do the same. His fondest memories of him will be when he came to Australia and we spent some time fishing. Sneakily dropping his line off the back of the boat while someone else was hooked up to a shark. He was supposed to not have his line in, taunting us with every fish he caught. Come on boys, can't you keep up with the bully? I don't know how many times we heard that. I mean, we almost threw him off the boat at one stage, but that was the best fishing we'd ever had, and that was his best quote. So Dad, part of you will stay in the waters of Kangaroo Island, and we'll have fond memories every time we go out there. And when we put Mr. Bojangles, Darren's boat, in the water, we're going to scatter your ashes off Kangaroo Island, buddy. So much I had to say, but it'll have to wait another time. Thanks for everything you did. We may never have shown the appreciation, but we appreciate it all. Until we meet again. It's hard luck. Give me a second. This is from, no, cool man, this is from Raymond. Just want to say thank you to everyone who's been there for Dad and helped him all the way. And we can always know that he'll be there in spirit. And we are him. Special thanks to Lappies for all I've done. taking Dad on the Cape trip. We all know how much it meant to him. The hardest part of this is not being able to be there with you guys. Dad made the sun shine, the rum flow, and fish be plenty. Until we meet again. All out of Raymond and family. This is next little speech is from Tembi, the lady who cared for my dad over those last hours. She really got to love him. Jeff, you're relieved from the pain. Now you're going to go and see Christ in your family. God may forgive you for all your sins that you had done when you were a young man. Now, Tembi, know that Tembi loves you, and oh, what a good man. Rest in peace, Jeff. From Cyril and Jenny, also some of my parents' oldest friends. Thinking of you guys today, and though we're not there in person, we're there in spirit, and we're there to say goodbye to Jeff until we meet again. Many wonderful memories, many good times spent. So today in Portugal, we'll have a few dorps for Jeff as we celebrate his love. Sending lots of love and big hugs to you guys. And then just the last stuff from our family and friends. This is from my aunt, Maury. It's a poem, Death is nothing at all. I've only slipped away into the next room. I am, and you are you. I am I, and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that is what we still are. Call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way that you always used. Put no difference in your tone. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes we enjoyed together. Pray, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it was. Let it be spoken without effect, without the trace of a shadow on it. Life means all that it was ever meant. It's the same as it ever was. There is unbroken continuity. Why should I be out of mind because I'm out of sight? I'm waiting for you for an interval, somewhere very near, just round the corner. All is well. It's a card from my mom that she tried to send to my dad before he passed because he was complaining he never got any mail but bills. So she wrote this, "Hi Jeff, you said you never got any post, so I thought I'd send you this and hopefully brighten your day. Today, 42 years ago, was one of the most happiest moments of my life, and I'll always remember that day. Thank you for giving me 24 years of your life, as well as 3 strong sons who can be proud of us. We were never good at communicating, which is probably the downfall in our marriage, but without our 3 sons, we would not have 6 beautiful granddaughters, and I want you to know, not a moment goes by that you're not in my thoughts. Hope you have a good day, and I'll always remember you with much love. We'll chat soon. So many unspoken words. Just wanted to say thank you from Vicky." And then last but not least, this is from Stuart and his family. That recording that you heard earlier, my dad singing, it was done by Stuart. It's actually one of the greatest things I'll treasure. It's farewell to our dear friend Jeff. Your friendship was a blessing. We'll miss you so. You brightened up our days. You brought us so much happiness with your kind and loving ways. You lifted up our spirits when we were feeling blue. Through the ups and downs of life, the times, the good times and the sad, we were there. You were the best friend we ever had. God is here to take you home now. We love you and you'll live in our hearts forever. Farewell, young man. With all our love, Stuart, Anarchy and family. Thanks so much for coming, guys. I'm going to hand back over to Spider. I think Tracy's got a poem she wants to read as well. Cheers.
Very difficult to stand up here, folks. Not family, but I feel that way too, fortunately. Let's have a sip. Need a sambuca. I've got photographs in my camera here that go back to 1961 with us, the first band. Peter Hasselberg is in Johannesburg, and Peter asked me to please send his band. Peter was our lead guitar player, and he made a brand new guitar. And he brought it down last weekend. He brought it around to my house the day after Jeffrey passed. And I've got photographs of that as well. We wanted him to play this guitar, and we all wanted to. Peter wanted to make us all guitars. He's made me one. And Barry Polycup was supposed to be here today. Barry, are you here with us? He was going to make an effort. He was our drummer. My brother Peter can't be here. Peter passed 5 years back. But other than that, what can one say? Fun-wise with Jeff Loubser. He was just a great guy. He had a great voice, a great sense of humor. He encouraged me all the years that I've been a professional entertainer. On the 1st of April no, next year. I've been doing it for a living for 50 years. And I run a karaoke these days, but I still do the stand-up comedy, you know. Still play with partners Graham Boyle and Stuart Kittle and David Arnold. And I'm just very, very proud to have met the Loubser family. Mum and Dad and David. Of course, Keith. I remember the dogs used to stay in the room at the top of the house in the attic, and then you'd actually go above. They had an open veranda up there. Go up there and smoke secretly. Now we've got someone else who's going to read a poem. It's Andrew. Tracy. Here comes Tracy, folks. Especially for Jeff.
Hello. Okay. Tears. If tears could build a stairway and memories a lane, I would walk right up to heaven and bring you home again. No farewell words were spoken, no time to say goodbye. You were gone before I knew it, and only God knows why. My heart still aches and sadness, and secret tears still flow. What it means to lose you, no one will ever know. He was a good man.
Thanks, Tracy. Is anyone else who'd like to come and just say cheers? He's got so many friends here, workmates, drinking mates, club mates, Commodore here at the club from 1999. Please come up to 2005. I remember coming here fondly in the early days, doing a few karaoke things here, having a lot of fun and fishing. Ben's next folks.
Afternoon all. I'm not really good at this type of thing, but just on behalf of the Finland Angling Club, our condolences to the family and our fond wishes and farewell to Jeff, and also our thanks for what he's done to this club. And I think this will live on for many years in our memories. To me, he's been a tutor, a friend and a mentor, and I think to very many of you as well. He's always had time to talk to you, help you, and I'm sure he'll live for a long time in our memories. Rest in peace.
I'm not too sure how the afternoon is supposed to go. This is all winging it, folks, because I know there's a few others. Stuart, do you want to say it? No. Stuart, all dear friends. You know, Jeff loved his karaoke, and we're going to. When are we going to do your song? Shortly.
After.
What are we going to do now?
After. You to talk.
I must talk. Right, I'd like to invite Keith Loubser to say this is. Keith is, by the way, I was 360 days older than Jeff, and Keith is 9 months older than me. Keith Loubser, folks, G. Rockwell and the Falcons.
Hi everybody, thank you all so much today for coming. I am so gratified and humbled to see the amount of people that are here today. I had no idea, although I knew he was a good guy, no idea that, this would happen. I'm not going to go into long stories. Jeff and I were born at 14 months apart, fought as kids. He went one way with his music, I went another way. I played for most of my adult life. We both got ill at round about the same time that Jeff started, so then we got really close talking about things, how they were happening and all the rest of it. So I want to now say, please, would you rise with the drink and repeat after me. Jeff, foot. Wherever you may be. Rest in peace. Thank you.
Good afternoon all. On behalf of the Dutch Club, I would just like to say to you, all of you, Jeff was a fantastic person. He was our Mr. Bojangles. He was Mr. Cliff Richard. To Jeff, we're going to miss you. Cheers, bud.
Super stuff. Anybody else? Anyone else like to have a little goodbye? It's only a pleasure, folks. It's a special day. It's a special occasion. He's watching us. All right, I'll tell you what, we're going to have a song in a minute from Andrew and Steve.
Well, they're in the booklet for anyone who wants to sing along with us.
Try that there. All the words are there. House is the rising sun. Take one, folks. Quiet in the studio.
Dad's reaction to my singing. At least we know what he thought. That's why I'm a drummer, guys. Thank you very much.